you with extensive knowledge of fingerprints, ballistics, lineups. That's correct? Yes. He even confessed to you about the unethical practice of his, of prepping witnesses before he records their statements. Is that correct? Yes. So you wish to be just like her unethical? Yes. So it would be safe to assume that taking shortcuts to making an arrest and solving a crime would be pretty beneficial and make a police officer's job easier? Yes. Your father also explained to you that the testimony of witnesses was crucial to the winning or losing of the trial. Yes. And based on your knowledge of the huge impact of a testimony on a conviction, you actually coached Henry, basically asking him to lie by matching up his description of the suspect. Yes. Okay, and when he did not agree and comply with what you had said, you found this stubborn, right? Stubborn of him. It bothered you, didn't it? When Detective Gardner went to your home to show you and Henry Howard the lineup, he did mention to you that he had gotten Eddie Duke's fingerprints off of the car before Henry Howard was there. That's correct. So Henry Howard went in for the lineup first, and when he came out, he did in fact tell you that the photo number 5 did look like Eddie Duke. So let me get this straight. The detective told you off record that it was Eddie Duke's fingerprints that were found on the card, and you did not find this clearly a violation of law enforcement protocol? Yes. Yes, you did find this a violation? Or? You did, but you did not do it. That's correct. You stated in your deposition that your friendship with Josie Banner is not exactly a very good one, is that correct? A little. A little. That's a yes or no question. It's kind of in between. It's in between? But you did say that she was a show-off and a snob, and that you really don't like her at times. That's correct? Yes. And at Miss Banner's party, isn't it true that you were annoyed by the fact that Mr. Howard cared so much about who she was seeing? Yes. And when he went outside on the patio to say goodbye to Miss Banner and say goodbye to his friends, you stayed behind in the house? Your Honor, I'd like to refresh the witness's memory. Page 12, line 27. If you would read it out loud.
He left to say goodbye to Josie and some of his friends who were out on the patio by the pool.
Okay, and in your opinion, is it logical to assume that Mr. Howard did have something to do with the commotion that began only once he was outside? Okay, and as you got into Mr. Howard's car, you saw Josie going outside of the house, getting into a car that already had a driver inside it. That's correct? Yes. Okay. Yet, Henry Howard, as you were driving away, he did confess to you that he had to break up the fight between Mr. Duke and one of his friends, and that he had thrown Mr. Duke on the floor inside the house, like outside on the patio. He did tell you that. So, logically, if Eddie Duke is on the patio, thrown down on the floor, and you did not see anyone leave the house but Josie Banner, and get into a car that already has a driver in it, logically, do you believe that Eddie Duke could be in that car if he was thrown down on the floor inside? So, not only that, but in your deposition, you say that the robber, when he did rob you, He requested that you get out of the car. That's correct. You did not mention at any point in time that he in fact touched the car. You did mention that he did touch the car. Karina, I'd like to refresh the witness's memory. And you would please read page 13, lines 24 to 25.
We were told to get out of the car, and the guy took my bracelet off my wrist. Him and I were ordered to lay on the ground face first.
So in fact, you never do mention that he did touch the car. That's correct. Okay, so Eddie Duke's fingerprints being found on the door handle. It really could be irrelevant because if the robber did not touch the car door, in fact, because as per your statement, you do not acknowledge